Welcome to the APHIS PPQ End User Tools Explains It series. This one covers connecting your Wi-Fi on your iPad manually in 3 different ways. Explainer videos are brief and packed full of important tips and tricks. I am your host, Jenny Sauer, a mobile solutions specialist with the End User Tools Group. Although mobile field data is often collected in offline or disconnected mode, for instance, PPQ performs field data collections this way as a standard wherever possible. Still, there are times when Wi-Fi connection is critical. Some examples might be downloading a map area, signing into the APHIS GIS portal, as in how you do in the ArcGIS Collector app, maybe performing a data sync at the end or the beginning of the day, and maybe some other things come to your mind.
To access your Wi-Fi connections or settings, you go to the Settings app in your iPad and choose the Wi-Fi menu from the left list of menus, and available local networks start loading. In order to join the APHIS network, though, this has to be entered manually under this Other option here at the bottom. So I'm going to choose Other and type in the name of the network, which is APHIS all caps, and then that's not underscore. Underscore is a little tricky to find. And then all lowercase network. Second, we want to change the security setting to this WPA2 enterprise and go back to the original one. And your username and password are your Windows login username and password. So this is something you want to have handy. And once you enter that, you can connect to the APHIS network either by selecting this join or the join button on the keyboard. Let's say you're not in the neighborhood of a Wi-Fi network at all, but you do have a USDA cellular data enabled cell phone. So you can enable an iPhone hotspot. You do this by opening your settings, and I'm going to show you in my iPad the settings app at the same time and the Wi-Fi menu. And it's listing Wi-Fi networks close by. You'll notice in the cell phone setting app we have this option for a personal hotspot. I'm going to select that and then select Allow Others to Join or enable it by turning it green. And you can see now, if I pull down on the Wi-Fi menu, now iPhone is listed, and that is my iPhone hotspot. So if I select iPhone, now it's asking me for a password, and here is this gobbledygook password. I can also change this password to something meaningful, but I would input the password and then hit join. Let's look at joining any public Wi-Fi. So we'll go to our Settings app and we'll go to the Wi-Fi menu. And as it's starting to load, you'll see there are many in my vicinity. And I am at home in my basement, and so I know what my network name is. You will need the name of the network and probably a password. So I happen to know my network is So Far So Good. So Far So Good is what I will select, and then it asks me to enter a password. Then select Join, either here or on the keyboard. So I'm going to hit Join and give it a minute to connect. And there we go. As soon as you see that check mark next to the Wi-Fi name, that means you are connected. If I'd like to see more information, I can select this little I and open it up, and I see that I am set to auto join this network when I am at home. That's okay with me. You may want to turn that off. Let's say we have the network name and password and we're just having issues joining it, even though it was listed here in our Wi-Fi list as connected, or maybe it's not connected but it's listed among these top Wi-Fi connections we've had previously. If you're having trouble connecting to a network that it seems like you should be okay connecting to or have in the past, select it and select Forget this network. That'll log you out of that network and allow you to try again. Continued issues with connecting to our APHIS network or connecting to Wi-Fi at all would warrant a ticket to CECIC. So if you're having trouble after having tried all of the tips you learned today, open a ticket with CECIT.